Tuesday 1083 of Yomi. Today's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is supposed to start with the last tip. If you like to sponsor our share more of Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. Very greatly appreciate it. Today we're doing, supposed to do for Simon Tzadik Ches the last tip, which is Pei Daled to Tzadik Ches Aleph. But in order to finish off Pei Ches, well, Tzadik Ches we did it Pei Daled yesterday. So today we're starting from the beginning of Tzadik Ches. Today we're starting at the beginning of Tzadik Ches and going to Sif Tes. Tzadik Tes. Im atzamas mitzvah from the battle iser. Do bones join to negate the iser. Ve'ech mishayim heter of iser. And how do we reckon the heter and the iser? The din bittul iser tchila and the din of deliberately nullifying a prohibited substance. Aleph. Iser b'Yushalmi perkei the chumas. The Yushalmi says the klipi iser, the peels of an iser, such as the peels of orla. Malin as a heter, they count to nullify they count to raise up the heter in order to nullify the iser. Klama the iser shenis ar beheter v'tzirchim batel iser. In other words, the iser got mixed up in heter, and you have to nullify the iser. Klama orla b'kilei karam, such as by orla and by kilei karam shebteilim v'asayim, which are negated in 200. That joins up to the cheshma these 200 lo levar klipo shel heter. Not only the shells of the mutter substance, even the shells of the other substance. Mitzvah and cheshma they add up to the reckoning. The battle ma'achos shel iser to nullify the other food and masayim in 200. Cheti nefesh shel tuma, truma so to refuse of truma, kama subin, v'mursan, bran and other types other parts of the grain which we don't eat. Mitzarfin lechulin, they join with the chulin lebatel truma to negate the truma shenofel lechulin me'ava echad when they fell into 101 chulin. Kedin truma sheba bitlo bad less mer, just like which the halacha of truma that's nullified in 100. Me'ava echad 101. The koshkem has shetinova shechulin mitzarfin lechulin. It goes out saying that the refuse of the chulin joins up with the chulin lebatel truma to negate the truma. And brackets says Yibachin Vishali Perak after Orla Perak Vav the Nazir. Pace Val Pisa based on this Pasco to Vishon receive Aleph. The Paskin that Thomas the Isser start from Battle Isser B'Shishim. Thomas of the Isser join up with the to negate prohibited substance also in 60. Vizel Shono, as he says, Chatir Nevel Shesh Bobos about Thomas pieces of nevelas which have meat and bones. Shavak there says which fell into a part of heter. Thomas the Isser, the bones of the Isser, Mitzarfim, heter, the Bas Isser, they join with the heter to negate the Isser. Thomas the heter, Mitzarfim, heter, goes out saying that the bones of the heter join with the heter. But the marrow in the bones is of Isser, which is in the forbidden bones, Mitzarfim, the Isser. That joins up with the Isser, because that's obviously edible. The actual body of the pot is not joined up neither with the heter neither with the iser nor the heter. Hakan l'shono. Kasav the Rabbeinu Ramah writes Yesh Machmir Shlotzai for Thomas Iser and heter batel. Those are the Machmir not to take into account the bones of the iser in order to mevatel, in order to negate the iser. When Malcolm have stayed in place where there's a law, Seish Smocham Mekil you can lie those are lenient, Matir and permit this Kiken Ikos. That's the primary halacha Hakan l'shono. Gimel Od Yesh L'Kamon Shtei Deos Acheres B'Yazar. There are two other opinions in the earlier sources. Some say that some say rakos mitzarfil iser. Some say the soft bones join up with the iser, soft bones. They rakusan v'achli because of their softness and the moisture in them. Thomas of dry bones, or klipe beitzim, or eggshells, chaygav, etc. Avos shel iser, those which are iser mitzarfil batel iser joined together to negate the iser. Yesh v'lo achronim. There are some of the achronim shechuyach teyazu upaskin this way. So bachman shach. There's the Rai Gedolim Mishas Chulin. There's great proof of this from Gemara Chulin. It says in brackets, the sugya of B'Shela, and the sugya of the cooked ram El Nazir in the Beis Hamikdash, where the Gemara says the Manam of Shishim, according to the Manam, needs 60 to mamato the hekdesh meat. You count the bones of the arm together with the arm iser, and the bones of the ram, because the Zorah goes to the Kohen, the Thomas of the ram together with the ram leheter. That's going to Pino holds all these some are in 100. Lo kaim lo kain. We don't pass away. But they say him around perki and nashav around begabais. Achrosh b'ayishon that smachta ba'almahi. It's not a true, not a valid proof because it's just not smachta. Okay, because Abarash Berakei the Shumas, Ein Shom Beduk. I'm not sure what he's saying here because that's a right the other way. I think the right from the Gemara in Chulin is that it says the Atzmos of the Isra mitzvah to the Heter. He says Chashmei Atzmos Azrael Bahadi Azrael Isra. Atzmos Ayel Bahadi Ayel Heter. I think that the bones of Azrael are mitzvah Heter. So I'm not sure what he's saying here. Maybe it's a typo. Now, some say the Zayla Shat Thomas appeal the Heter mitzvah. Some say that the bones, even their mutter bones, to join together, so that can be bimino. It's when it's the same species. Bittul orla v'kilei like the bittul of orla and kilei akerem. V'chein b'ayil el nazir bittul azor b'ayil, also the negation of the zroa in the aisle of the arm, which goes to the climb to the rest of the animal, which goes to the owner. Miyator bata brov, the rice is bata brov, simple rov. That's why the bones are joined. Also a bittul to make up shishim, which would require the rabbanim. Amin v'shein amino medium shishim, but if it's unlike species where it requires shishim midaraisa, echon esar for atzamos. How can it join the bones? Ha'adayin no sitam. Still going to give a taste. Just like we don't use the pot in order to make up 60. So too, we shouldn't count up the bones. We require 60 measures of something which is suitable to eat, or to drink. In which the taste of this diffuses. Because he's saying when it's divided up into 60 parts, by the time the taste is negated. Okay, and the brackets here is just like kind of marmakoimas. Hey, v'yesh migdol echron. There's a song claim shechriya kedei azu. They determine like this opinion. I assume that well, let's see what the opinion is because I'm not sure what opinion he's referring to. Because a great question there is in this matter. No matter which way you look at it. If the bones have some moisture by the and by cooking it, and they're emitted, how the bones of Eser joined to be mabato? On the contrary, she requires 60 corresponding to the bones. If they have no moisture, and we how can the bones join to negate the Eser? So low palting media, they're not emitting anything which would help in negating the prohibited substance. And if we're going to say that the emission from that which is emitted from the Isser is distributed equally among the meat and the bones, well, if that's the case, also some absorption of the meat remains in the bones of the Isser, and lacking the shear in order to make it the bittul. So just like they absorb from the Isser, they absorb from the heter. Okay, I'm not sure why that should be, because the ratio remains the same, but if they absorb from the Isser and from the heter, and therefore in the pot you have less than 60 left because some got absorbed in the bones. I'm sorry, so therefore must be the salach is only min b'mino. Okay, so that's one of the saying that that's the right sheet is only min b'mino. In this case, there's no such a concern. Because midaraisa it's both a barov. It's not when it's not the same species. That's why the gadol, who's the pre chodesh, Paskins this way, becomes a pshita shot somas a rocket stuff and besides that it's partial that the soft bones join up to this shayesh but hard because they have a lot of moisture. For yesh meter shitira, so those who answer the lom yesh lam plita me'atzma. Bones emit stuff. Pikashu in kenatsu shishim gam nega atzma, so they emit stuff let require 60 corresponding also to the bones of Isser. Yesh lam plita some with tam kolush. I know, so I knew that Arukh HaShulchan was going to come on to his fara, which we know already that there's a tam kolush. They're a weak taste, and they don't answer. Come beginning, it's like by sinews. The kaimon they don't give taste. I've got the body issue as a plate, even though they suddenly emit something into the mixture. Plata, since they have an emission, since they do emit something, are a moil vata l'isser, so they also are effective in negating the isser. For Ishmael, we can also say, "Oh, man, plate the master." Really, they don't emit anything themselves. So, therefore, what they absorb from the heter, they then emit afterwards. So 60 corresponding to the Isser. We can't say according to this, well, that's the case. They also, so they're also going to give off what they absorb from the prohibited substance. Okay, that's not true. Those are that whatever they absorb, the Isser is negated by 60 in the bones. Together with what they absorb from the heter. When they emit afterwards, since Isser is negated, it's all heter. Obviously, because they don't absorb the entire emission of the kazayis of Isser, but relatively, can move on. To negate that, there's 60 in the bones. Together with what it absorbed from the heter. Zayin. If we say bones have their own stuff to emit. And what they emit does not answer. Lo tikshalon, they won't have difficult. We won't have difficult why the bones join into reckoning and the pot does not. The pot has nothing to emit on its own. Feel no much at some saying them shouldn't play the mats and the bones, even if they say them don't emit anything on their own. Can't kill them they're still not like the pot. The pot has been satiated and it's not absorbing more. It doesn't absorb that much more of the prohibited substance, whereas the bone can. Even a new pot, which hasn't yet absorbed stuff over time. Rabbanan didn't make a distinction. They said that also doesn't count to be batal isser. But furthermore, that someone came shemunachim b'torah there since they're in the pot in my basar with the meat hapleta mischalekas b'shavet the things the emissions are distributed equally. Hashem there atzma as opposed to the pot itself. Shevnim yesh rotev chutz ha'imagul avir. And yes, on the inside there's sauce, but on the outside it's open to the air. So therefore, whatever it emits, it doesn't emit equally into the pot. That's why it doesn't join together. When according to this teretz, just happened to have pottery inside the sauce. Then they also will join to make up shishim. But according to the previous answer, that they have some plate on their own, just the tam kolush, so then that cheres would be different. Ches. V'nei das Rabbeinu Ramosh lo tzarif atzomas isa batal isa. Ramos, you don't take the bones of this into account. Atzomas hetem, but it's definitely batal isa. But the bones of the hetem do join to negate the isa. Pish Thomas far as those astonished at this way. They came at atzomas isa and b'chal isa, since the bones of isa are not also. In case every time yesh lebein atzomas isa atzomas heter. So the bones of the isa and the bones of the heter should have both of the same status. From your God's question. From the Ramah's language, he goes some machmir. It sounds like it's not at the baseline halacha. It's just a stringency. That's what it sounds like for the source of halacha and shari dura. This is what he writes. The bones of Isser are not joined together with Isser. But the bones of Heter join with Heter. But you can't join the bones of the Isser together with the Heter of Vatal Isser to negate the Isser. If somebody does allow this, some Rava. So this lo avar al divrei chachamim. He didn't violate the words of chachamim. It's not appropriate to be matir so much. So therefore, it sounds like it's a chumrah. So you shouldn't be matir it, but you're matir it. B'diavad nishkefrelch. About time b'chumrah, the reason for chumrah yesh mashina pirov duki matzomas labasar. Most of the time, the meat the bones cling to the meat. Chashuk tzas is a davuk. It's a davuk. Moshe's bar obeseb siyat shmalik. He'll explain later on at Sifu base. Test. Yes, I think the Ram is overcame Medina. I think Ram holds this law. Sharei kasav v'egrim chumas din zayin aim social chumas tarvis molesor chulin. Writes the refuse of truma does not join together with the truma to asur chulin. But the refuse of chulin joins with the chulin to negate the truma. Is actually like this opinion that the Isser is not mitzaref, but the Isser shells are not mitzaref, but the mutter shells are mitzaref. Rabbi rejects this. The Yerushalayim move word gam social truma mitzaref is labato. Even the psolos of the Isser joins the bittul. Kasser Rabbi says Sefer Kesem Mishnah. He says in the Kesem Mishnah, writes the Mishasa Muchad Gedivya Rambam. For Amar Shas, it's clear like the Rambam Ayin Shom. If he said to me, honey, according to some astonished, Lama Levi Cloud died to become. Why is the Rambam brought down here? In the Rova says Filik Rabbi, so it must because most of our rabbis sound like the Rabbi. Because Shmitaita they left out the Rambam's more machmir approach. Because that's the end of Siftes.